Do you believe through your debaucherous lifestyle at one point, and now you transition into this good man, right? Did you believe that you were deserving of the woman that you acquired? Did you set out to do that, to accomplish that type of connection?
So I'm not even really going to argue that point, because in totality, who can argue against adding more morals and structure within the life of culture? However, I do got to argue at this point, though. You said that men can't transform into good men. Are you a good man? Let me rephrase that. Would your wife or most people assume that you're a good man?
To the people that I'm involved in their life, they would consider me that, yes.
Did you engage in
to degenerate men? I'm a bad man.
Okay.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? So the men that want to hold on to lust and degeneracy, guess what? I'm the villain.
Fair enough. My second question is important. Did you engage in lust and sex at an earlier age?
No, I don't. Not in the sense of this baddie culture, no. So I do not have a bunch of women on my belt, if that's what the question is.
When you say not in a sense of this baddie culture, that's subjective to you. So I can't think that muddies the question. And wait,
no, it's not subjective to me. It's subjective to.
You're right. I'll rephrase. Sharon, did you in your life have sex with a woman that you were not in a long-standing relationship with before?
No.
Oh well.
Sharon ain't get no holes.
Congratulations. I'll speak for myself. I'm gonna take your word for it.
And the reason for that is because I hopped off the porch at a very young age, and I recognized that women was the number one reason why young men was getting their life taken. They'd go ahead and chase some vagina, and that was one way to either get set up, or somebody busted their door and say, "What you doing in my house?" Boom, boom, boom. So I knew for a very early age that I cannot be putting my peen and everything moving. And plus, I never had a problem with attractive women, so it wasn't something that I was I needed to chase. I'm fly as hell. I'm handsome. You know what I'm saying? So I never had to engage in a whole bunch of women to say that I'm the man. I've been a man since I hopped out of, you know what I'm saying?
So Sharon, I'm curious.
No, I don't. Hold on, let me just say this so I don't personalize it.
I just want to know what he was thinking about when we asked him that, because he was thinking kind of hard. So like, what were you even thinking about when he asked you that question?
I was thinking about what his idea of what baddie culture is, because I wasn't married when I had. No, he said no, because he was framing the question into what we was having a conversation about. So I just want to make sure I'm addressing it in the context of the conversation and not putting just myself strictly into it, right? Because if I put myself strictly into it, it changes my answer. So I gotta go by what we are communicating by.
So Sharon, I'm not gonna personalize it on you. I'm gonna include myself in it because I feel it's only fair. Because the point I was trying to make, I thought you would make it for me, but you didn't. So, salute to you for that was the way you chose to live your life. I wasn't there, so I don't know, right? But me, on the other hand, I engaged in what you would call debauchery behavior and all that stuff for a very long portion of my life, and I would have probably have been the friend that they would have thought was never gonna get married and was never gonna settle down, have a family, be a father, do all that stuff. But in fact, I actually flipped the script and became the actual friend that is the most involved with their family, the most successfully happy relationship and all that stuff. So the point I was hoping you would make for me, but I have to make it using myself, was that it can be done. That was my point.
Exactly. And you are the male version of Cardi B. You just didn't find a offset female. You know what I'm saying? You found a good version, right? You found your Russell Wilson first. You know what I'm saying? So you was out there doing your
that's hilarious. But all right, whatever. I never drugged nobody. I never robbed nobody. I never sold no. But if you just judging a degenerate scale of having random sex, then I am with you. I got you. I can't even deny it. Right. But you see how I'll own up to my flaws in life, and I'll say, hey, this is what I did wrong. I don't even know if I feel like it was wrong, but this is what I did previously, and this is how I move currently, right? That was, you know.
If we may, Marcus, if we may, and you can answer or not answer, do you believe through your debaucherous lifestyle at one point, and now you transition into this good man, right? Did you believe that you were deserving of the woman that you acquired? Did you set out to do that, to accomplish that type of connection?
I got bipolar levels of self-confidence. So I thought I could get any, like, I don't think it's anything I could not get, honestly, no matter what the fuck I did. So and that might be just, like I said, I might be delusional as hell. And then life just somehow made me lucky enough to exist in my delusion and it somehow be true. But yeah, I assumed I was going to get anything I wanted, and was not going to ever have a problem in any way, shape, or form. I did not have that was never a
so real quick, Sharon, just so we're kind of clear on it. I don't want to stay on it too crazy, but I just want to, just for clarification, because I mean, all right, so you said that you stayed away from it basically because you learned a long time ago that that's how people get hurt. It wasn't because you were righteous or you thought it was the prudent thing to do, but because you were scared that you may get hurt in pursuit of Kitty. Is that correct? That's what. Yeah, that's what I heard.
It was a survival tactic for sure.
Got it. Okay, good enough.
Oh no. I got a question. So Sharon, would the people in your life consider the old you to have been a good man?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so I'm interested. Why do you think they would not see the old you that way?
I was violent. That's why.
Interesting. Violent. I'm assuming you were violent to men, or were you saying like you used to rob and all that? Like you just do crimes, or you just used to fight a lot?
I never robbed nobody. I was how can I just the best way I can explain it without putting too much. I hopped off the porch very young, and I was very successful at hopping off the porch very young. I was one of those people that was able to buy and drive a car before I could get a license.
Okay, so but you've made a transition. You from bad, what some people would assume was a bad man to what some people would assume now is a good man. You've made that transition.
Yeah, my mentality changed. Yes.
Okay. I don't know if that would help out M. White's original point, but I think that's kind of what he was going to.
Yeah, so you was Marlo Stansfield out of motherfucking street. The Cardi B. You was Gucci Mane of the motherfucking street.
I wasn't that successful, but in my own little world, yes. In my own little section of the world, I was.
So you found it to be more dangerous to pursue women than actually conducting illegal whatever. We're not going to get into what it was, but we get the idea of what that might be. You found it to be more risky to pursue women than it would to deal with that particular lifestyle. Your risk-taking tolerance didn't stop you from that.
Yeah, so my risk-taking tolerance for being a part of that business, it was different because I felt, no matter how silly it sounds, I felt like I could control it. I felt like everything was in my control. When I go and lay down with somebody, I'm taking control away from myself because I'm putting myself in a vulnerable position. First of all, being naked. Number two, being in somebody else's environment. And also, I don't know what is her real intentions. So that was my thinking at the time.
I think that's fair because it's like that with a lot of guys who in the streets. Like you might be in the street. Like think about Paid in Full, right? You got the guy that Cameron played, right? Who's reckless in every way of life. But then you got the this nigga name Ace. What's the name? Who was, when it came to business, he didn't play, but he wasn't reckless when it came to women, so